The other breaking news, of course, which broke this morning, the failure to push the goods and services tax bill in the monsoon session of Parliament. Remember, it was a complete washout. Well, the NDA government has decided now to make one more attempt at passing India's biggest tax reform. As we told you today on India Today this morning, a special session of Parliament could be convened and the Congress party is being reached out to over the proposal. Will GST be passed? Well, it's part of our campaign to put India above politics. Maha Siddiqui now reports.
The government will be going to the Parliament with an open mind, and if necessary, if they suggest, then I can definitely go to Congress President also, or go to Vice President, and also, if necessary, General Secretary also. I have no problem.
A desperate government or just public posturing? Senior Minister Venkaiah Naidu even willing to negotiate with Congress Vice President Rahul Gandhi. The pressing need? Convening the special session to pass the crucial GST bill.
We have not seen in that bill at all. And what are the proposals they have accepted, made by our Rajya Sabha Select Committee. And unless we see the bill, we can't react on that.
The Congress had attached a dissent note to the 21-member Rajya Sabha Select Committee report on the goods and services tax bill. Interestingly, Prime Minister Modi, as the Chief Minister of Gujarat, had consistently opposed the bill for 3 years during the UPA. So, is it sweet political revenge for the Congress with the tables turned?
The government is eyeing a GST rollout by April 2016, and that is possible only if a special session is called at the earliest. Missing the deadline would mean a loss of 2 lakh crore rupees. But if the government is serious about the Congress's support, many question as to why it is carrying out a campaign against the Congress in its constituencies at this crucial juncture. With camera person Abhay, this is Maha Siddiqui in Delhi for India Today.
So it's becoming clear, passing the goods and services tax, the critical area is the Rajya Sabha, where the government doesn't have the numbers. Let's take a look now at the big numbers in the upper house that are making it at the moment difficult for the government to get GST through. The Rajya Sabha, the big numbers. Let's go to our magic wall and find out a little bit more as to what the numbers are in the country's upper house. Take a look at these numbers that I'm going to give you. Required to pass the GST is 163 members. You need 163 MPs to pass GST. In favor, the BJP at the moment has 48. The Samajwadi Party has indicated it will support it. They have 15. The Trinamool Congress has 12. Others are 40. Add them up and they come to a total of 115. That's still short of the 2/3 you need of 163 to have the bill passed in the Rajya Sabha. On the other side, the Congress is not supporting the government at the moment, at least. It wants certain amendments. It has 68. AIDMK has 11. The left has 10. DMK has 4. Total here is 93. The critical question, 36 are undecided, and can the government switch the AIDMK or one of the other parties or possibly even the Congress on its side? Can we importantly get the Congress and the BJP on the same side on this? Can we put India above politics when it comes to the GST? That's what I want to ask in our face-off today. It's time to put the BJP versus the Congress on the face-off. Time to put GST and India above politics. Right, joining me on our face-off at the moment, Siddharth Nath Singh of the BJP, Sanjay Jha of the Congress. Will the GST finally see the light of day? Will we put India above politics? Now, Sanjay Jha, here is a goods and services tax, which was originally piloted by Dr. Manmohan Singh's government. Hasn't the time come for you now to put aside your political differences? The markets crisis presents an opportunity to this country. Put aside your differences, put India above politics and pass the GST bill. Take credit for it if you want that you piloted it, but pass it. Are you ready? Is the Congress party ready?
Rajdeep, I will repeat again what the party has been saying very, very consistently. Let's not talk about taking the credit, because it is publicly known that the Congress party is the architect and is the one that's constructed this bill. And if anybody delayed it, not for 3, but almost 8 years, it was actually the BJP ruled governments of Gujarat and Madhya Pradesh, one of them actually led by Mr. Narendra Modi himself, very ironically enough. But let's come down to the current issue. Please remember that this is a red herring being said by Mr. Jaitley repeatedly, that the GST bill is being obstructed by the Congress party or other opposition parties. The principal issue is that there are certain recommendations which are very principal to the bill itself. I'll give you an example. I don't know whether it's officially announced, but we all know, or at least it's being speculated, that the Modi government has done a complete U-turn after almost a year and a half on the land bill, because they have fundamentally discovered that the amendments that they were pushing were not practical, feasible, and would not be accepted by the opposition parties. In the GST bill, there are certain issues, and I want to highlight just 3 of them to which you can ask Siddharth to answer. One of them is that if you have an interstate tax there, it defies the very principle of the GST. Now, please remember, Rajdeep, these were not in the GST bill that we presented in Parliament. These are amendments that they have actually introduced to the bill. Number 2, we have said that there should be a cap on the GST rate, both central and state, actually has a ceiling. Number 3 is the fact that you should include in the GST Council for any disputes resolution, give a bigger share of voice to the states at 75% as opposed to 66%. There are 2 or 3 other clauses we can talk about, but principally if the BJP agrees to them, I don't think there will be any objection to the bill at all.
You know, Siddharth Singh, here is Sanjay Jha saying we have no objections if our amendments are moved. Your response?
And let that be debated in Parliament.
Rajdeep, firstly, let me put let me put it across that the Gujarat government or Madhya Pradesh and including certain of the Congress government were not accepting the GST primarily because it was not in favor of the state getting their revenues due. So therefore, and over a period of time, which was addressed during the NDA 2 under the Modi government, it was addressed and everybody has been satisfied. That was the primary reason why it was being objected or not being passed. Now, having said that, now let us come on to the 3 issues which Sanjay has raised. Sanjay has raised these 3 issues. None of these 3 issues were ever piloted during the UPA 1 or UPA 2 by Mr. Chidambaram nor by Mr. Pranab Mukherjee. These are afterthoughts so as to install. The problem with the Congress is you are coming up with certain things. For example, you want to cap the GST and fix it, let's say 10, 18%, 20% and nothing beyond that. These are, it cannot be in a static or it can be decided by a constitutional amendment.
Today I know, sir, the minutiae,
by the GST
I'm going to
Council.
tell this to Sanjay Jha also. So, we can debate the minutiae on another day. Today I want to know, are the 2 of you willing to ask for a special session of Parliament and put India above politics? I want quick, short, sharp answers from you first, Sanjay Jha, and then Siddharth Singh. Sanjay Jha, if the BJP, as Venkaiah Naidu today is saying, and I quote him, that he's appealing to all political parties to keep in mind the national interest and allow a special session to pass GST. Are you ready? Is the Congress party ready for a special session, yes or no?
Well, at least there is a public admission implicit in Mr. Naidu's statement that they were against the national interest when they were in the opposition. The Congress is absolutely principled in its stance. It wants a good GST bill to go through. And please,
if the government calls a special session, are you ready to attend a special session and allow the GST to be passed, yes or no? With these amendments,
We are saying that if the amendments are incorporated and they are agreed upon in Parliament and our dissent note is given adequate respect to, because that will strengthen the GST bill, which is good for the country, why will the party have any objection?
Okay.
The problem is that this is a very stubborn, obdurate government that refuses to engage with the opposition.
Let's not get into adjectives against each other. This is precisely the problem. Siddharth Singh, that's exactly the issue, and I want a 30-second answer. Given the kind of atmosphere that exists, the language which both sides are using against each other, is Venkaiah Naidu really serious when he believes that the GST can be passed in a special session?
I think our endeavor is towards that. We want the GST to be passed because your topic is also India to rise above politics. Today, India is poised, when you look at the global economy, in the emerging market, people are looking at an area or a country where you need to bring the investment. With the China coming down, already Russia and Brazil are down. It is India which is poised to take these investments and let the Indian growth story continue. Let all Indians benefit. GST is an important reform. All I can request is please Congress rise above politics and support it. Don't ask for unconstitutional measures.
Let's leave it there.
GST Council.
Let's leave it there. Let's leave it there. At the end of the day,
we can go ahead forward. It will help the country.
Rajdeep, just one point.
Yes,
rising retail inflation, no private sector investment, no jobs have got nothing to do with the GST. Please remember the India growth story has to be managed on multiple
I believe that here is a bill which was moved by the Congress, is being pushed ahead by the BJP. The country needs a GST.
It is an important thing.
Sirs, the country needs a GST bill at the end of the day. It's time the two of you came together and sorted out these issues and held a special session. That's our view here at India Today as part of our campaign, India Above Politics. Sanjay Jha and Siddharth Nath Singh, I appreciate both of you joining us here on the news today.